Doctor, welcome. It's good to see you. The concerning news yesterday that we had, which actually, I guess, there have been multiple mutations. This was a more specific and a larger, I guess, number of mutations that caused this this increasingly contagious virus. But I don't think it came out over the week. I mean, we knew about this about a week ago, but I guess how contagious it got, that anecdotal evidence started coming out more and more. How concerned should we be?
Yeah, good morning to you. So I think there's reason to be concerned, but only because we know that this is a much more transmissible virus, meaning that it's much easier to pass along and it's much easier to receive. And that's exactly why the UK is in a lockdown. I think the other reason that I'm saying that we don't have to be as concerned is really because of the vaccine. We do believe that at least the three leading vaccines, Pfizer, Moderna, and likely AstraZeneca, have in their vaccine design the ability to fight these mutations, this variant that's under investigation. And I think that's critical. But if this virus, for example, were to come into the United States, which we don't have evidence of, this could be devastating in an environment like nursing homes or in places where we have seen the virus just go around like a wildfire.
Crazy that you could almost see it as almost a race right now, because that's over there. Hopefully, it's not going to come here, but it's hard to feel very confident that we can keep something like that out, even with travel restrictions. So we're trying to vaccinate everybody in the nursing homes with the worry that maybe that it could emerge over here. It's I don't know. It's kind of a dramatic thing to consider.
Yeah, I think it's fair to be cautious, and I'll be honest, I can tell you right now, every scientist around the globe is trying to make sure that variants like this one that are in the UK, and some evidence that we see it in South Africa and Australia, by the way, but mostly in the United Kingdom, that this could cause some sort of disruption worldwide. I think the bigger issue is that we'll need to continue to watch these viruses globally over a much longer period of time. It has been a while since we've seen such a significant set of mutations. So that actually is good news. That means that we probably are going to have a lot of coverage from the vaccine. But to your point, it's a global race to get the vaccine out. And we know that even if millions of Americans are vaccinated today, that's still not going to necessarily make an immediate dent in the thousands of deaths and the millions of cases. So it just reinforces how the next 4 to 6 weeks are going to be critical in terms of vigilance, as well as vaccine distribution and rollout.
Dr. Scott Gottlieb noted that both the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccine, the antigen that the message coded for was the entire spike protein. So even mutations in the spike protein, it still should be effective against this variant or even other variants.
Right.
That's good.
Right. That's correct. Yeah, that's right.
You also, though, feel that it's possible we may need an annual. We don't know that yet, but that's something that we should consider might be in the future.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people have been asking this lingering question, is this a one-time double-dose vaccine or a one-time shot, or do we need to get this successively over the years like a flu shot annually? And I think it's too soon to tell. I think that most people are reassured, as you pointed out, that the vaccine does encode for a number of those receptors of that spike protein so that we can actually find a way to deal with all these variants. The designers of the vaccines kept in mind that mutations happen all the time with viruses, so that's critical. However, do these mutations over time change the nature of that receptor binding protein, the way that spike protein kind of attaches to the important cells in our body? And that's exactly why I think global scientists are going to be studying, and why I think our world is forever going to be dealing with COVID in some fashion. Not necessarily the impact today, but we're going to have to be monitoring to make sure that we might not need to update vaccines. The good news, this vaccine technology is nimble. We've seen it rolling out incredibly quickly and safely. So doing these types of modifications It's interesting. It's now like updating software technology, and
Right.
these modifications can be made quickly.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.